Hi guys, I'm here with your Bible reading. We're going to begin where we left off yesterday with Matthew chapter 9, verse 18 through verse 38. And then of course we'll read our Psalms and Proverbs for today. So let's begin with Matthew. We'll begin by talking about a ruler's daughter and the woman who touched Jesus' clothes. You'll see what happened to her when she touched Jesus, when Jesus walked by. While Jesus was speaking to them, a ruler came and knelt in front of him, saying, "My daughter has just died, but come and place your hand on her, and she'll live." So Jesus and his disciples got up and went with him. Then a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years came up behind Jesus and touched the hem of his clothes. She thought, "If only I touch his robe, I'll be healed." When Jesus turned and saw her, he said, "Be encouraged, daughter. Your faith has healed you." And the woman was healed from that moment on. When Jesus went into the ruler's house, he saw the flute players and the distressed crowd. He said, "Go away, because the little girl isn't dead, but is asleep." But they laughed at him. After he had sent the crowd away, Jesus went in and touched her hand, and the little girl rose up. News about that spread throughout the whole region. As Jesus departed, 2 blind men followed him, crying out, "Show us mercy, Son of David." When he came into the house, the blind men approached him. Jesus said to them, "Do you believe I can do this?" "Yes, Lord," they replied. Then Jesus touched their eyes and said, "It will happen for you just as you have believed." Their eyes were opened. Then Jesus sternly warned them, "Make sure nobody knows about this." But they went out and spread the word about him throughout the whole region. As they were leaving, people brought to him a man who was demon-possessed and unable to speak. When Jesus had thrown out the demon, the man who couldn't speak began to talk. The crowds were amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "He throws out demons with the authority of the ruler of the demons," trying to say Jesus was working for the devil. Jesus traveled among all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, announcing the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and every sickness. Now when Jesus saw the crowds, he had compassion on them, because they were troubled and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The size of the harvest is bigger than you can imagine, but there are few workers. Therefore plead with the Lord of the harvest to send out workers for his harvest." And that's where we'll stop today with Matthew. That was Matthew chapter 9, verse 18 through 38. Leave you hanging. Let's see what happens tomorrow. And we'll continue with Psalm 11 today for the music leader of David. "I have taken refuge in the Lord. So how can you say to me, 'Flee to the hills like a bird,' because the wicked have already bent their bows. They've already stung their arrows. They are ready to secretly shoot those whose heart is right. When the very bottom of things falls out, what can a righteous person possibly accomplish? But the Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord, his throne is in heaven. His eyes see. His vision examines all of humanity. The Lord examines both the righteous and the wicked. His very being hates anyone who loves violence. God will rain fiery coals and sulfur on the wicked. Their cups will be filled with nothing but a scorching hot wind, because the Lord is righteous. He loves righteous deeds. Those whose heart is right will see God's face. And that's Psalm 11 for the music leader of David. And lastly for today, we're going to read our Proverbs, which is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 11 and 12. Don't reject the instruction of the Lord, my son. Don't despise his correction. The Lord loves those who he corrects, just like a father who treats his son with favor. And that was Proverbs chapter 3, verses 11 and 12. Because God is our Father, and he corrects us just like a good father here on earth would his children. Because we are the Lord's children, and he corrects us when we make mistakes. That's how we learn from them, and he knows that. He knows what is best for us. Just like a parent knows what is best for their child, God is our Father, and he knows what is best for his children, which is all of us. So guys, that was our Bible reading for today. I hope it touched your guys' hearts. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. And God willing, I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.